Hello everybody and welcome back to Anno 2070. We're looking at the monument in Eden right now. Coming up, more and more this beautiful building here, we can only grasp at the massiveness that this monument is going to look like. It here beside it, we're going to have a little park. Then once this one's finished, then we don't need the depot here anymore. And right now what we can see is that stage 3 is coming to an end soon, and then we can finally go for the last stage, and then it's just a small jump for the completion of the first monument. Now in Cyberpunk we are a bit further away from that, and before I actually continue with Cyberpunk, oh no, actually we can continue right away because the mission just, well, solved itself automatically kind of. So let's send the main mission or the main fleet here back home again to Megatron. Now, and in Cyberpunk, we are quite far away from a monument yet, but we are getting there. We're getting there at some point. Right now, we do have lots of upgrades here that we can have, but what I want to do is before we continue with those upgrades here, yes, let's have another community center, and we can have another one here, or we can have one here. I don't know why we have a depot here, probably because I needed it at some point over here. So we can have, yeah, one community center here and one community center just over here. And the thing is, here in the middle I want to have then my little, well, monument. So let's make some room for it. We do have the main street here. So in Cyberpunk we kind of have a main street. I really have lost my way there on Eden with it, and here I want to have then the monuments. We're starting with having the street going over here and then having it finishing up here. So this is kind of like our central area for Cyberpunk. And also, of course, a double road going then all the way down here again. But this is a no-go area for now, and around it we can build more and more of those beautiful buildings. And I'm serious on this. I really do like the style of those tycoon buildings. I don't know why, I just like it. Now we do have another street then going up here, and then we just have a few more buildings here. Probably need to get rid of that street there in order to have a decent block just here as well. In this case, we do have a red town center again. I do like the blue one the most. We do have now the green, we do have the red one, and then we have over here the blue one. So also colorful it is. And what I also can see is that casino here surely attracts lots of people. And there are also some people watching outside, so only the right people can get in. And that really cool building here. So the Tycoons kind of remind me of Gotham City. It really looks like Gotham City there in many cases. Absolutely fantastic artwork here. We still have enough building modules, so why not? Why not just have the first upgrades here? Let's have those upgrades here right in the middle, and there we have the first Tycoon employees now in those buildings here. They don't cost even that much, so just some tools. We have enough tools really, and so I can continue upgrading those. And even the advanced buildings also keep their colors. That is just a detail here I really like. Lots or very good work by the mod makers of A.R.R.C. So only with that we can actually have those color changes here. Let's also have some upgrades here. What I can see is that those two here cannot be upgraded, or those three here, because the casino doesn't reach that. So what I want to have is I'm getting rid of them. We probably will have a service building here anyway, and here we can have a little park or something like that, or a fire station. So I'm not going to upgrade all of them here now. This one here I can still upgrade though, here just in the center of Cyberpunk. Oh yes. Expanded. And this city is getting more interesting now. We also have those flying vehicles, flying cars now in the city too. And of course, with it comes more demands. Now let's have a look at that. Tycoon employees, and they want fast food, convenience food, burgers they want. And that is what we need to provide. There we have it. And it only really costs us meat and flavor. So super flavor, vegetable, fertility it needs for that. We would have that here, but of course we're not going to have any production on the main city. So in this case here, Bainesville right here has the right fertility. It does have the flavor lab, and it does have, well, meat. You don't really need any fertility for that. So we do have everything in store. And Seamus Green here, he probably asks me, oh yes, look at that, to ask me to finally start with the last phase here of our leisure center. And yeah, we do need even more energy now. So 360 energy, we don't even have that, even with 2 full solar power generators here. So we still need to continue also providing some more energy. In this case, well, with those 20, we can actually rely a bit on wind energy here still, so we can also place some of those wind parks in here too. No problem. And actually even looks better with that when we have those wind parks. Beautiful graphics there, beautiful atmosphere anyway. Right, those two eyes of Sauron here looking at each other, and this one here looking out at the ocean, where we can see our arc there just up ahead, also majestic. Alrighty, and here we now have the final stage of the monument. So a first tower is already finished and the second tower is then also coming up, and the monument is going to be red. So I thought it was only a kind of like an optic problem here at the point, but it's actually going to be red because the monument from the base game here has only, I think, the gray color or something like that. It's looking similar to those buildings here, so greenish, brown, gray, and this one here is actually red. I don't like that. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just different than what I'm used to after playing a few sessions of Anno. So here we have the monument and also in red color. Now let's go back to Cyberpunk. We do need to start with something else before we can do our convenient food production, and that is the cement. So here we have the cement, and we do need the salt, the sand, and we also do need limestone quarry. With that we do of course need some mountain sites again, and we do have all of those things here in Bainesville, so it's a good opportunity of starting with that. We do have the cargo liner here, so let's get some building materials on it. We don't need all of them, and we're producing quite a bit on Cyberpunk anyway. Get it over to Bainesville, and what I can see is in Bainesville we don't even have a building modules production up and running at this point, so we can also do that. And let's just have a depot here at this mountainside, and let's have a depot here close to this mountainside there, so we can kind of combine those needs here. And wait a second, the depot, it doesn't cost that much, so let's have another one just here. That's fine as well, so we can also get the fishing grounds there. Cargo liner is here. Let's unload the building modules and start our own little production here. So in this case we do need the basalt crusher, and basalt crusher is here. That is producing the sand then, but we could also go with the sand extractor from the rivers, and I think in this case we might just go with that option here, because I don't need to build then that many basalt crushers, even though they don't cost that much really. They're really cheap, but they cost of course something, and that is, well, space. Now, requires an appropriate raw material deposit, must be built in unoccupied locations. I hope I'm not missing anything out on these guys here. Oh no, they just need the basalt deposit. They have that here, 27,000, and producing some sand now. So that's really easy actually. We can yeah, spam a few of them if we want to. Here at the mountainside, it makes sense for it to have it here. And something else we could have here is the coal power station. So this one here produces energy out of coal. How much energy is it? 60 energy that we would get out of it, but we do need coal for that. So in this case, let's just stick with the mining or the wind parks here for energy production. It's just much more convenient anyway, so we can have it here and then here along the mountains there. Just business as usual, having those guys here. Now we still have some resources there. We are now having those bone, or how do you call it, basalt crushers. That's an interesting name, and they also look quite interesting. Now once we have that, let's go back here to our little production, and then we have the smelter. So the smelter then uses the basalt or the sand that we're producing here and produces the building modules with it. Of course, I did a little mistake there, forgot the street. And here we have then the connection with the other ones, and they're starting production already. And in this case, well, we do need a bit more sand as well for the cement then, so probably not should overdo it. Here we can have the iron mine, and here we can have the coal mine. And then let's also connect those things here with the depot. And just over here, since we have enough energy, we can start with our tool production right away. So all we need is the iron smelter, and then two tool productions, two tool factories that we can have here.
Values sinking.
Yes, and we probably also will want to have some weather control station again. which does cost a bit energy, but it's fine for us. And now we've run out of tools. And let's get some tools actually from a place where I know we have plenty of, and that is Eden, because in Eden everything comes together, and that also includes our building module or building materials, and also here the building modules and tools. Let's get both of them over here to Bainesville. And the other trader we have, let's see. Yes, we also have lots of building materials here in Helios, and in Helios I'm just going to load plenty of building modules and tools for Cyberpunk, so we can continue building the city here and don't have to wait all the time. Also here we do have some building modules, so let's continue with our city.
Game saved. Warning. Rising crime rate registered.
Oh, and look at that. In Cyberpunk we already got rising crime problem. So a police station will be necessary here. Sooner than I was expecting. So we do need quite a lot of that. And oh, we also have another accident on an oil rig. We probably not. We should have another fire extinguisher. There it is. And let's get over there before anything happens. And that's the problem with those oil rigs. They're a constant trouble. But it should be fine. We should be there on time. Right, projectors are looking good. We should probably also expand the tea production there for Eden soon. And let's go down here now. Bainesville. No, my ship still hasn't returned. So we can still continue with, well, I'd say upgrading a few of those people here. Oh yes, and what I can hear is that we do have more demands. Also here. Oh, I do love it. I do love Cyberpunk. Probably the game then too, but of course the city here first. Looking good. Also these guys here we can still upgrade. I'm going to delete those guys here. Probably have something here then. But it's looking like something already. Now what else have we unlocked? The convenient food, and then we have the plastic. Alright, so everything that is dirty and dangerous and polluting the earth, everything they want. That has something to do with that. Now plastic is rather cheap to produce, to be honest. We already produce oil. We already have oil refineries. We already also have the oil rigs over here that cause us constant trouble. Looking down here at Indigo, we have them. Let's have a third one. Can we afford a third one? We should have... yeah, crude oil that we could have there. And we do need for the tax. Let's see. We should have that somewhere here. Carbon, and there it is. Right, and there we have a third oil rig. And with that, of course, we definitely will want to have, well, some more fire extinguishers for those oil rigs here. So let's have a look, and here we have them somewhere up here. There it is, immersion equipment, and we do have the resources. Let's have 3 of them just in case, and let's also keep a hovercraft here close by, so then we have it just in case. Alright, meanwhile my ship has arrived down here in Bainesville. Let's unload some goods. And now that we still have them... yeah, do we need timber? I don't think we need timber with the Tycoons there. I don't think that any of those productions here does need timber. Nope, it's just cement. Right, so that's the only thing we need to focus on. And the processing plant, we do have the tools. Let's have a depot. Oh, I already have a depot here, very good. And let's have 2 of those sand extractors here. Right, so we have that, and all we need now is the limestone quarry. In this case, let's have 2 of them, because I know we will need lots of them, lots of cement. So we can have 1 depot here, the other one here we already have. Let's have the quarry here, and also here. We still have enough energy. I'm a bit surprised by that. And also on this side here. And now we can finally have the concrete factory. And I think 3 should be enough for now. Right, and now we finally produce some concrete here. And with that, we can then start with the convenient food. And probably the plastic will also need concrete. Yes. Now, let's go for my trading routes here. And I want to see... Sponge, immunity drugs. We should have a trading route here for oil somewhere. At least I think so. Or, wait a second. Nope. Are we producing the refined oil here right away? That might be the case. What are we doing with that oil? I'm a bit confused here now. We are producing the oil here, but we're not processing it. We're just producing it, so there must be a trade route with oil. Functional drinks, trading route 13. That is the oil. And where are we delivering it? It's functional food and oil. We need to rename that. And oil. And it's going to Megatron right away. Okay, so in Megatron we already have the oil production somewhere up and running. There it is. There are the oil refineries. So we are delivering now more oil than ever over here. And we should then... see, we should actually have some refined oil. There it is. But we are processing it right away into carbon. Yeah. Into the carbon. So I'm just producing a bit more oil in Megatron, and here we then just produce more of the refined oil. So in the oil refinery we still have a bit of space there here, so let's have 2, 3 or 2 more. That is, also upgrade the depot here, producing a bit more, getting the oil here too, and then we can transport that oil. So we do need a ship for that. Do we have a free cargo liner? I don't think so. Let's get 2 more up here. Also have an epidemic warning. Oh, Cyberpunk is making lots of trouble already. Let's get the police station here up and quickly, because otherwise this problem will continue to happen. That we have the police now. And this is just so fitting for the city here. The sirens now, the police cars floating around here, flying around through the city all the time. You will always hear sirens here in the city. And also what we need is more energy, and I'm going for the wind park once again. Here along the mountain site. Also here we can still have 1 more down here. There we have the timber production. Don't want to waste too much space there, but that's fine. Right, that's working. Now we do have some building modules. Let's also have some more houses once again. And in this case, yeah, let's have some more blocks here. After all, this is a cyberpunk city, so it can just look very monotonous after all. And let's also have another block. Oh, yeah, another building here. And what I also need to check real quick while we're doing that is, of course, our fish production. It's still up and running there, and also my liquor is up there. So at the moment we have enough of everything. Also my ship has arrived. Oh, and we have an epidemic here. What is going on? This city is causing trouble. Lots of it. And for the hospital, yeah, let's actually get rid of those 2 buildings here. We don't need it. Behind the casino, we're going to have the hospital. Just here. Fitting in there, just beside the casino.
Crime under control.
Crime rate has been curbed, and also the epidemic should be gone then with this one here. Now we do have enough building modules, so let's continue with a few more houses that we can have. We can also have a few more upgrades if we want to. Right, and it's so good to see that money no longer is a problem really, since our balance is so high and we're selling enough goods. We have 440,000, And what I can also see is the trench coat is in the area for quite some time. So we should have, yep, another cargo liner finished. Because what I've seen is that we produce so many 3D projectors, we can just sell off a bunch of them. Look at that, we have 700 tons of them. So let's just sell 200 tons of 3D projectors to Trenchcoat. He's paying quite a good amount of money there for it. And then we have, whoops, and then we have a few more resident buildings here. And yes, of course, I always forget to also choose another color palette here. So now we have it blue also here. And here we can have another bigger road then going all up here. I probably should have chosen... yeah, we could still do that though. With the city centers, you know, so we have a red city center here, so those buildings should be red probably. Why not? We can do that, we can still do that. Down here, we've made everything right. This is the normal one. We have the normal buildings around it. Here we have a blue one, so I should probably have some blue buildings around it then as well. So let's just get a few more building modules. We do have enough of them again because the monument doesn't consume them anymore. They just consume now tools and glasses, and I'm pretty confident that we'll finish this one soon. Right now, let's go for this one here and let's load it with lots of building modules because we have lots of new buildings to build, new houses, new residences. And also in Bainesville, we have now the first concrete coming in. That's good to see. Are we really producing enough though? Let's have a look here. We do have enough sand. And where's the limestone? No, we definitely don't produce enough limestone though. So those 3 buildings here are perfectly fine. They are at 100% almost. Oh no, they are not. Then perhaps we do need another limestone quarry. Let's just have a look for that. Down here we still have something. There it is. Righto. And then we'll produce a bit more here. And of course, we also should look out for the energy here once again. Let's have a look what the Tycoons actually offer. They have the waste compactor for improving the eco balance. Costs a lot of concrete though. Improves the eco balance and requires houses within the influence area. And it then just, well, I guess like a recycling station. Waste compactor. And then we have the anti-acidification station and the CO2 reservoir. So those are the things that we can have here. And for power, we do have the coal power station, the crude oil power plant. So this requires crude oil then. And this one, the nuclear power plant, obviously. That fits the, requires fuel rods. Totally fits the Tycoons, and we're definitely going to have a nuclear power plant there. That's just amazing. And then the river power plant. Now the river power plant does need a river slot, and of course has lots of pollution there as well, and produces a lot of energy though, so we do need a free river slot for that. We can already see the corporate headquarters foundation, the monument for the Tycoons, but we do need Tycoon executives for that. That's the 4th stage, so far away. Right now, convenience food and plastic it is, while we still wait for a bit more concrete to come in. Other than that, looking good so far. With that, we're going to leave it for now, and next episode we're going to make this one here a bit more pretty and then solve the problem here for those 2 demands here, also the information center, and then we can hopefully upgrade to the next level here right away. Best wishes from Cyberpunk.